So I'm here to talk to you about some resources to find things that you need. Now, these videos I like to think are a great resource, but there are a lot of them, and I can understand not wanting to watch these videos every single time you have a question. Merit's a resource. He actually knows some stuff, but the internet is a great resource for looking things up. Sound on Sound is a good website. They have a lot of great tutorials on how to mic different instruments, on different types of mics, things like that. They do speak at a general higher level, so very introductory. Sound on Sound might not be the website. There's another website, Gear SLUTZ. They do a lot of gear reviews. They have different, like if you're thinking about buying a certain microphone, look it up on their website. It's like a forum, so I think it's blocked at school. But they have a lot of reviews of different types of microphones and different comparisons. So if you're thinking about buying things, look to them. The Yamaha Live Sound Reinforcement Manual. I cannot recommend that enough. If you Google it, there will be a PDF that's free online. I know, I look at it all the time. It's an older book. It's from like the 80s or 90s. So it has a lot of analog gear, but it has a lot of concepts. It has a lot of things that explain how things work. And that might not seem useful to you. It's like, I know what a compressor does. I know when to use it. Why do I need to know how it works? Well, knowing how it works lets you understand it better. It lets you solve issues with it better. Highly recommend the Reinforcement Manual. It's a book. You can buy it if you want. It's $20 on Amazon. The manufacturer of microphones. If you have a question about, say, that wireless mic, you can Google that wireless mic. ULX D2, I think it is, or D1. You can look it up and read the documentation for it. Documentation is the greatest thing ever invented. There are boxes in the sound closet that have documentation for all the equipment in here and in the school. And it's the best thing ever because it explains things you care about, like what kind of cable it uses, how to power lock and things like that, and things you don't, like the frequency response pattern and how it works and engineering specs. But knowing those makes you look smarter, and honestly, faking it till you're making it is part of it. But Googling your issue also. Documentation is a great place. If you're having a specific issue, I highly recommend the documentation. But Googling your problem, simply saying like, how does this work? What does this mean? Lets you learn the issues. Because if you go around asking everybody what something is, or how this issue happened, and no one knows, and you just sit there and let it persist, you're not doing any good. Google your issue. And I know what you're saying, why does he have to say this? But believe me, I've had a lot of crew members in the past that don't know how to Google things. Simply looking up an issue and looking on these websites helps a lot. Most of the techniques I've learned have been from looking online. Thank you.
Thank you.